Well, hello everyone, my name is Darnell Self, and I'm here today with my business partner and friend, Brian Carruthers. And we're excited to share with you some information that's truly blessed our lives. Now, even though Brian and I are both Millionaire Club members with Legal Shield today, we started our businesses in very different places. You see, I had a background in retail management, and believe it or not, I worked at the mall from the 11th grade all the way through college. And unfortunately, my experience in retail actually outweighed my degree from college. So there I was managing a clothing store, making about $40,000 a year, but working 60, 70, and sometimes 80 hours a week. And in retail, the most important times are weekends, so I missed everything that happened in my personal life on the weekends. My kids' sporting events, birthday parties, family reunions were all on the weekends. So I said to myself in my 20s, no way am I gonna do this for the rest of my life. And back then, retirement was 55 years old. And when you're in your 20s, 55 is old. Now, I'm in my 40s now, so it's not old anymore. It's just halftime. I'm just coming out the locker room. Well, I'm thankful that I stepped out on faith because I started my Legal Shield business at 28 years old. And just 2 years later, my wife went on maternity leave from her job at the cable station. Well, we call it eternity leave because she never went back. Because of Legal Shield, we've been stay-at-home parents for our 4 children ever since. And just as importantly, we're now blessed to give away more to charities and missions that we support, more than we used to make in an entire year working at our jobs.
So my story is just a bit different. In my 20s, I was earning a strong 6-figure income in my real estate career. My family owned a 24-office real estate company, and if I just stayed doing that, my life would have been set with a very significant income all throughout my future. But I was working a lot of hours, and more importantly, I wanted to have more of a purpose that would give me drive and give me richer fulfillment. So even from completely different backgrounds, both Darnell and I saw the Legal Shield business you're hearing about right now as a better way. A way to create a lifestyle of wealth, abundance, time freedom, and even giving forward. So if you need more income or more time freedom, or if you're doing well in those areas already and you just be excited about getting involved with something revolutionary where you can make a difference, what you're about to see can be life-changing for you too. If you can find a void in the marketplace and be the first to fill it and the best to fill it, that's where fortunes can be created. It's all about being in the right place at the right time and having the smarts to seize the moment and capitalize. So get ready. Darnell's going to share with you 2 major market needs that Legal Shield and ID Shield are filling. Then I'll be back to go over the several ways you will be able to capitalize financially.
So let's talk a little bit about Legal Shield. The first thing you want to do when you're evaluating any opportunity is take a look at the company. You want to make sure the company is credible, it's authentic, it's not going to be in business today and gone out of business tomorrow. Number 2 and number 3, very important, that's the need and the product. You see, Legal Shield's found a very significant void, and that void is called the justice system. And we all know the real color of justice is not black, white, or any other color but green. And unfortunately, we get as much justice as we can afford, but the average person simply cannot afford $300 an hour for a lawyer, so Legal Shield's leveling that legal playing field for the first time in North America. We've also realized that the #1 crime in the world is a scary crime called identity theft, and we're offering the most robust and viable solution to that crime, our ID Shield. Now, we're also going to talk a little bit about the compensation. You see, I have a nonprofit, but this is not one of them. We get paid for letting people know that these services exist. And then finally, the timing. You see, in real estate, they say location's everything, but in business, timing's everything. So let's talk about our established company, our unique business model. First of all, our company was established in 1972. That means we have a track record. We're a solid company with 40 years of history. We're not looking for guinea pigs. We're not wondering if this works. Again, we've got a track record of success. We already have 3.7 million lives across the US and Canada protected with our services. And we have a proprietary system of quality law firms covering 49 states and 4 provinces of Canada. We have a quick video, give you a little bit more information about Legal Shield, and I'll be back to continue with our presentation.
For more than 40 years, Legal Shield has been revolutionizing the legal services industry. Revolutionizing the legal services industry that doesn't quite capture the personal, lasting impact we have made and continue to make on thousands of individuals' lives. Imagine having an everyday concern or question where getting the advice of an attorney would be useful. Imagine the trauma of discovering that you are the victim of identity theft. Imagine encountering a situation where the advice of an attorney is absolutely imperative. Now imagine addressing all that stress with one phone call. That's what we do for you at Legal Shield. You can speak to an attorney without the worry of having to pay an attorney's typical fees. And together with our identity theft services, we provide you with a shield that results in powerful peace of mind. We were founded in 1972 by Harlan Stonecipher. He had just endured his own stressful, costly encounter with the legal system after a car accident that was not his fault. He was determined to make legal protection available to everyone, everywhere. Today, we have evolved into the force for good that Mr. Stonecipher originally envisioned. Based in Ada, Oklahoma, we have approximately 700 employees with a customer service team of more than 300, all focused on calibrating the efforts of our dedicated law firms and approximately 6,900 attorneys in the United States and Canada. Each law firm is there for our members, providing the legal help they need when they need it. So, for one low monthly membership fee, you can pick up the phone to call an attorney and get advice about any issue. We provide these legal services to families all across North America, answering approximately 40,000 calls per week for members. That's right, 40,000 times a week, we help smooth out the knots, kinks, and inconveniences in our members' lives. The attorneys at our law firms average 19 years of experience and have been partnering with us an average of 13 years. They are friendly, warm, and dedicated to helping Legal Shield members. And just as we partner with an expert law firm for every state, we also partner with Kroll Advisory Solutions, the world-renowned leader in identity theft protection. That way, no matter what issue you might face, you're getting the help you need with Legal Shield. What we do is simple. We work hard to make your life less complicated, less stressful, and more fulfilling. That's why with Legal Shield, you can worry less and live more.
So that was a great video. And you can expect the video to say great things about Legal Shield. You can expect me to say great things about Legal Shield. I'm representing Legal Shield. But let's talk about what others are saying about Legal Shield. Yelp gives us a 5-star rating. The Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma gave us an A+ rating, and Consumer Affairs almost a 5-star rating. That's third-party validation and credibility. So let's talk about the need in the marketplace. You see, one year there was a study done, and it showed that 35 million people had to go to the hospital that one year. That same year, there were 96 million court filings. So you're almost 3 times more likely to end up in court than the hospital. But all of us have some type of health care or see the need in having health care, but most of us don't have any type of legal protection. So I know you would agree that bad things happen to good people too. And good people sign contracts and documents and later on wish they wouldn't have signed them. They say the bold print giveth, but the fine print taketh away. But good people are overcharged for repairs, treated unfairly, taken advantage of. They even receive traffic tickets. You see, it's not if, it's just when. I've been with Legal Shield now for over 15 years, and I can't tell you how many of my friends call me and say, hey, Darnell, you still doing the legal thing? That's what my friends call it. And I say, yeah. They say, well, I need the service. You know why? It's not if, it's just when. It's not if you disobey the speed limit, it's just when you get caught. And so it's exciting to know that we're filling such a significant void, realizing, again, that bad things happen to good people. So if you've ever known a victim of identity theft, or you ever been in a situation where you thought the advice of a lawyer could help, Legal Shield to the rescue. So we have over 2 million requests coming in annually for our services. You may be thinking, why are that many people calling lawyers? Well, one, for just personal legal advice, be able to pick up the phone with an unlimited number of issues that can be handled from a phone conversation without having to worry about a bill showing up after that advice. Now, I'll never forget the month before I joined Legal Shield, my house is up for foreclosure, which is a very stressful situation I don't wish upon anyone. And the banks were calling my house. They were using language I wasn't familiar with, like your options of forbearance, mortgage modification, short sales. All that was foreign language. In fact, I stopped picking up the phone because back then caller ID had come out and my friends didn't have a 1-800 number. You know what I mean? And so my point is, I never thought about calling a lawyer during that situation because my thought process was, if I had the money to call a lawyer, I'd just pay for my mortgage. In other words, I was weighing my checkbook against my rights. And if I had Legal Shield, I could have picked up the phone and got some legal advice and not have to worry about a bill showing up. We even give you 24-hour, 7-day-a-week emergency access for covered situations. If you're being questioned, detained, or arrested, they'll even write letters or make phone calls on your behalf if they deem that necessary. I never forget, a creditor was harassing me for $92. And I didn't owe them the money. And so I argued back and forth. I said, who's your supervisor? And they had me speak to a supervisor where they agreed with each other. And so I just simply called Legal Shield. And Legal Shield said, send us the information for that company. We'll write a letter on your behalf. Well, they sent me a copy of the letter, and it was strong. Had a bunch of legal jargon, but at the end, it said, you must cease and desist all contact with our client pursuant to the Fair Debt Collections Practice Act. Doesn't that sound good? I mean, the letter scared me. I almost wrote myself a check for $92. My point is, I would have never known to say that because I don't know the law. But my point is, if you don't know your rights, you don't have any. And Legal Shield can have your back in situations like that. They'll also review contracts and documents up to 15 pages each, which again is huge. It saved me thousands of dollars for one contract that the lawyers have reviewed for my wife and I. Our lawyers will also prepare a last will and testament for you, a living will, and a healthcare power of attorney. And I'm almost embarrassed to say, at 28 years old, married with 2 kids, when I joined Legal Shield, I didn't have my last will and testament done. And when you're young, sometimes you feel invincible, but death doesn't have an age attached to it, so it's smart to have one. I've seen siblings no longer speak because there wasn't a will in place. And Legal Shield's taken away the #1 reason why people don't have their last will and testament done, which is a financial reason, because it's included with our Legal Shield membership. They'll also assist you with traffic-related issues. I've had a couple of moving traffic violations. I have 2 older sons that drive now, and we added them to our auto insurance policy. Well, of course, that went up. And so we're just excited that we have access to a plan like this that can help us to try to keep the points off their license so their insurance costs won't go up. We have IRS audit assistance and civil trial defense for covered situations. That includes pre-trial and actual trial hours. We even have family domestic services like uncontested divorce and uncontested adoption and uncontested separation and annulment and even uncontested name change. Legal Shield members even qualify for a discounted hourly rate on pre-existing conditions. Try to get health insurance when you already have a pre-existing health condition. It's difficult. Try to get auto insurance when you've already banged up your car. Try to get life insurance, you pass away and come back. I know, a bad joke, but you get my point. And so it's exciting to know that there are people that have an ongoing legal situation right now and didn't know where to turn, and Legal Shield can assist them under this area of coverage. Even if you're a plaintiff in a lawsuit or defendant in excess of your trial defense hours, you'll still get your discount. Now, who's covered by the membership? This was exciting for me because I'm married with 4 children, and my entire family is covered under this one plan. You see the members covered, the member's spouse, any never married dependent children, including full-time college students under the age of 26 and living at home, dependent children under the age of 18 from whom the members are legal guardian of, and physically or mentally disabled children living at home, all under this one membership. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were my lawyer, how much would you charge me for all of these different services? Forget the hourly rate. Let's work out one monthly fee. And I don't just want one lawyer, I want your entire law firm. And by the way, if I need you at 2 o'clock in the morning in an emergency situation, I want you to wake up, be coherent, and answer my question. How much for all of these services, not an hourly rate, but one monthly fee? Well, lawyers tell me, look, hundreds, Darnell, or thousands, or you can't afford me because I don't know how much you're going to use me. Well, Legal Shield says, look, you can go get a lawyer for an average of what, $250 an hour, or you can join Legal Shield for about $20 a month and get an entire law firm. You see, I have buddies that are lawyers, And they even love Legal Shield because they don't know every area of law, like every doctor doesn't know every area of medicine. So it's exciting to know we have access to law firms all across North America. Well, of course, I'm going to say some great things about the Legal Shield membership. I've used it dozens of times, but what are others saying about our Legal Shield membership? Well, we have third-party validation like none other. We have former attorney generals saying great things about Legal Shield. We have a retired circuit and family court judge saying wonderful things about our Legal Shield membership. Now, that's third-party validation. Now, let's move on to identity theft. It is a major problem in America today. In fact, identity theft is repeatedly the #1 consumer complaint category in America. Identity theft manifests itself in many different ways. Most people think it's just financial, and that's only 20-something% of identity thefts. Let's talk about credit fraud or Social Security fraud, even driver's license fraud and medical fraud, criminal and character fraud, and tax return fraud. So ID Shield is the oldest new name in the industry. We have more than 1 million members. We have already given more than 200,000 personal identity consultations, and nearly 10,000 individuals have had their identities restored. We also monitor what matters: your privacy, Social Security number, your date of birth, your DMV records, passport, address, email, web persona, and even more. So with ID Shield, we care, and we're always here for you. In fact, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, we have an emergency hotline, and we have unlimited non-emergency consultation, all with a free mobile app. Here's what differentiates us. We not only resolve the problem, but we restore your identity. And we have a team of licensed private investigators, and we do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to clear your records for life. And again, what separates us, and no one else has been able to do this, we actually have a $5 million service guarantee. 70% of ID thefts incur legal issues as well. Think about it. You're being pulled over for a routine traffic violation, but there's a bench warrant out for your arrest for something you didn't even do. Well, all of a sudden, that ID theft situation turned into a legal situation. And so with Legal Shield and our ID Shield, we give you protection and peace of mind for just $39.90, $1 a day, and you can protect your family. Not only that, you can now download an app on your phone, and with the tap of your finger on your phone, you have access to your law firm, your IDT advisor, your member services, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, emergency access to your law firm in covered situations. So we have two goals as a company. One, to sign up every family with a legal plan and an identity theft plan. We're already servicing 3.7 million lives. We have over 34,000 companies that offer our services as an employee benefit. And so if you know a human resource director or a business owner or decision maker, it's a great opportunity for them to look like a hero by offering our services to their employees. Our second goal is to create more millionaires than any other company. And I can't help but smile when I say that. I know it sounds like a lofty goal, but we already have 190 millionaire club members with our company and several hundred six-figure ring earners. Now, I've shared the membership portion of this video, and I know that the membership makes sense. And I believe once you use it, it'll make sense to you too. Otherwise, you've got to say, I heard from the guy that worked at the mall, or I think, but you'll never be able to say, I know, until you use the services yourself. And once you do, I believe not only will you see an opportunity, but you'll feel an obligation to share with others. And I can't think of a better person to share the financial opportunity attached to Legal Shield. And the person's already achieved millionaire club member status. And not only has he earned significant income, but he's helped to produce several dozen six-figure ring earners himself. And that's Mr. Brian Carruthers.
Well, thank you so much, Darnell. And let me start off by saying I love Legal Shield. I will never be without my Legal Shield membership. Over the last 16 years,